Hey guys, Ajax22 here, and we are back with the Portable M2HB project. Scrounged a couple more bits, nothing too crazy, but you'll note there is a new barrel extension. The old one had a torch cut that needed to be re-welded and then reheat treated, as well as it needing this little extension replaced and repinned. There was a time when these torch cut D-mills were dirt cheap, and this was the best option. But I actually managed to score this as a grade B for 40 bucks, which, by the time you get done with the buying the copper rod, threading it, pushing it in there, doing all the welding, and then having your buddy heat treat it, you're going to be into 40 bucks in gas and beer just to get that done. So, this one's rusty, a little bit pitted, but rusty we can do. Got a little bit of practice with that. So, other little bit, scrounged up a sear for the bolt. The bolt here still has the torch cut in this one, but that's that torch cut, and the two little worn spots here are the only ones that are at issue. This one probably worth a shot. I'm gonna try to order a new bolt. I think I got a line on some rusty ones that are still decent shape. Again, probably be about 40 bucks, which is a lot better than the few hundred that they're running these days. So, worth a shot trying it. Other thing that managed to score, this is the other style of M3 barrel jacket. Again, it's rusty. The threads are a little grody, but this is what I was looking for as a base piece to cut down for if we cut it like right at the base of one of these sets of holes. I don't know if we want to go out that far or where exactly we want to cut it and weld it, but it's a good piece to serve as a base for making the M2HB esque stubby support. I'm thinking maybe here, give it a little bit of barrel sticking out. I'm not sure exactly where these line up, but something like that. Something like that. Really can't start cutting it until I have more of it here so that I can figure out exactly how far it's going to recoil into the receiver. Although if any of you guys have an M2HB or an M3 and can cram the barrel in as far as it goes rearward, and then just tell me the distance between the shoulder and the tip that would stick out of the standard M2 barrel shroud, that would be a number that I would appreciate if you happen to know it offhand. Still have lots of little bits to track down. I've got a potential line on a top cover. I think I've got I ordered an M3 buffer assembly. I'm not sure if I want to use the M3. I think the M3 is going to weigh quite a bit more than the M2. It's just, it was a really good deal. So, the deuce is going to be something that gets built on the cheap with whatever parts can be scrounged. It's going to have to be heavily modified anyway. Yeah, that's about what I've got right now. But I wanted to share because I was very excited when the parts came in. Had a buddy ordering a 1919 parts kit, and had him throw these on since he was covering shipping anyway. Very cool stuff. One thing that's kind of cool, and I'm thinking about doing this to show you guys, you don't actually need all of an M2HB to shoot an M2HB, if that makes sense. If you have all of the bolt, the receiver extension, and all of the locking block material, all you really need to do is put the round in, take the complete bolt, slide it shut, move the locking block up, and then touch off the sear in the back, and it'll shoot. So, you know, that's a thing. If you wanted to make a single shot M2HB, you could very easily. It'd be kind of an interesting way to do it. You could, you know, just polish the sear till it was a hair trigger, take an old cut up bolt like this, since you don't need any of the shenanigans to just to have a single shot, and then bolt a rail on top. You know, you'd have a heck of a bench rest 50 for well, the barrels are available still. If you look for around $100, $40 for the extension, another, call it 40 for the bolt if you've got a one that's chewed up like this, and then you know, I think the sear is like $6, $16, something like that. You'll need all the other little bits to it, which will add up, but you're still, you know, have a functional 50 BMG for you know, less than the cost of an Orenco 1911. So, you know, if you really wanted a 50 on the cheap, that would work. I feel a little bit dicey putting my head behind that scope with that, without having some sort of a positive mechanism to keep that locked, but it could be done. Part of me kind of wants to, you know, get it all together, at least get the core here together, and go touch off around just to do as a proof of concept to show everybody that, yeah, it does actually work. And I'll, you know, I might get around to doing that here at some point. I've got quite a few parts to track down, particularly in the bolt here. You know, that little bit of slag that sticks off the bolt that keeps me from slamming this thing home bothers me quite a bit. I'm probably gonna bust out the Dremel here at some point and just polish that little bit of slag off. But yeah, this bolt's not horrible. I mean, it does. It's been chewed up pretty bad, but you know, a little piece of copper in there, TIG weld it, check the hardness, make it happy. We'll see. Or, you know, if I am able to source another one of these for $40, then I'll do that, because again, $40 is cheaper than the gas and, you know, the favors to call in. But yeah, no, it's I'm very excited about this. One thing I have a question about is why the scallops in the bottom of this are different between the two of these. This only has the one here. This has the 3. So if you guys know anything about 50s, let me know. They're still a little bit of a mystery to me. It's one of those things that have always been fascinating, but have always been toys that I just couldn't justify dropping all the coin on at once. Ironic, since, you know, wind up spending plenty of money on lots of other gun stuff. It's just, the 50 is so ridiculously impractical for 99.9% of everything. It's just, you know, it's hard to justify. But a man portable 50, the awesomeness counterbalances the impracticality of the item. So I feel like that's the justification I'm using for going forward with it. That and, you know, buying the parts as they show up for cheap. mitigate the burn a little. Anyway, that's what I got, guys. I'll do another update as soon as I can show the other components as I scrounge them. I think I got a line on a top cover. I think I got a line on the little feed lever. I think I've got a line potentially on an M2 buffer assembly. But don't know for sure, and we'll see. I mean, I really don't know much about these. I don't know how to tell an M2 bolt from an M3 bolt, which I probably should just go Google at some point. But yeah. Anyway, that's what I got. Have a good one.